Alright, so we have the third game of the single elimination here. We went for Prosperity. I chose Prosperity here with the Nocturne card. So we have Monastery, which trashes. We know that there's a bunch of draw on the board. Den of Sin, Ghost Town, Rabble, all of those things draw. The most important cards on the board seem like Grand Market first and then Sacred Grove after. You don't need too much draw if you can trash down well with Monastery. So I was thinking here on the 4-3 to open Conclave Monastery, Conclave for money to get to 5, and then maybe pick up like a Den of Sin and then another Monastery. I would like 2 Monasteries to trash more quickly. So my opponent, he opens with the Monastery. Cobbler is okay here, but I feel like you would rather like to gain Grand Markets and Sacred Groves as opposed to Workers' Villages and Conclaves. The Ghost Town is good too, but again, Den of Sin is there. Den of Sin draws 2, Ghost Town draws 1, so I mean, Ghost Town has the action, but again, you don't really need that many actions. Anyway, so we both open the same way, Conclave Monastery, silver for my opponent. I go for the second Monastery here, hoping to get to 5 on the shuffle. Didn't work out. It does work out for my opponent though. So they get to 5, and it'll be interesting to see which of the 5 costs they choose. He ends up going for the Sacred Grove here. So in my mind, I didn't think that would have been what he would choose. I was thinking more along the lines of Den of Sin or Rabble. But he goes for the Sacred Grove here. And we'll see how the game evolves based on his choice. So I just pick up a silver here. I think about another conclave, but then I think, well, the conclaves could collide, and then that's not good. But the conclave and the silver can never collide. And I didn't really want a workers' village. So 4 for my opponent. I believe here he's going to pick up a ghost town. No, just a silver. My apologies. Just another silver, obviously thinking about the Grand Market, how he's going to buy Grand Market. Now he can. He has Grove and 2 silvers, so once he sees all of them, that should be sufficient to purchase a Grand Market. So the Conclave comes out with the Grove here, which is very good for him. That's a lot of money already, plus whatever benefit from the boon, and he gets up to 8 and 2 buys. 8 and 2 buys. So he goes for a Den of Sin here, and now he buys the second Monastery. So here, 6 for me. I'm going to pick up a Rabble just to start the draw rolling, to get the draw going. I hope that I can get this Conclave to connect with a Rabble. That would be the ideal thing. Maybe Den of Sin is better. Maybe Den of Sin is better because you get the effect on the next turn, as my opponent does here. So he puts down the Grove again. Has the option to discard for a gold. And I think I am going to take this option. Just because there's Grand Market on the board. I don't have to do that, right? If I play 2 Sacred Groves, I can buy a Grand Market. Conclave has Virtual Coin as well. So maybe I should have kept there and trashed an estate with the Monastery, but I chose not to do so. Anyways, so the nice thing with the Sacred Grove is that it gives you the plus buy. And if you buy more than one thing, Monastery can trash more than one thing. So on the last turn, my opponent, he purchased Ghost Town Rabble because he had the plus buy. And then he was able to stick a Monastery into play and trash 2 cards from it. And I feel like if you could have one Monastery that trashes 2 cards reliably, that's good. That may even be better than 2 Monasteries trashing 1 card each. Interesting thing here with the Rabble, I didn't think about it. The Rabble will leave night cards at the top of the deck, so Rabble's attack, which I was kinda hoping for to be influential near the end of the game, doesn't really hurt that much because top deck and knights are not bad at all. Not really that bad, honestly. So there you have it, another side effect of knights not being action cards. The Rabble attack gets worse, I believe. It gets worse. Worse, sorry. So my opponent continues to have good turns here. And the Grove, man. Like, so far, I perhaps underestimated the power of Grove in this game. The Grove here allowed him to trash more quickly with his monasteries, but it also gave him money to buy things. And I didn't have that money straight away. And it's not just the money as well, and the buy, the boon as well could become influential. He got the Flames gift last time he played the Grove. Now he gets Wisps. So the Flames gift, being able to trash, is very handy, being able to trash a card from your hand. And now the grand markets start coming out from my opponent, and I start to feel lost. He has a single Rabble, and at this point, with the size of deck he has, that's probably all he needs. He has a couple Dens of Sin in play, so he'll get draw from that. He has a couple Ghost Towns, so he'll get draw from that. So all in all, I seem very lost here. Very, very lost. I think about whether or not it's worth it to play on. I decide to play on at least this turn because I have Conclave and Rabble. Maybe I might be able to get a very good turn somehow and he might stall. But in the end, seeing him pick up two Grand Markets here, I decide it's not worth it. Not worth it. I think this just saves a lot of time if I resign. So I do eventually resign, but word about that Sacred Grove, man. I think he made the better choice in this game. The combination of the Sacred Grove with the Monastery really got his deck under control more quickly than mine. He did hit 5 on the first shuffle, and I didn't, but I think the approach, different approach to me was better. Sacred Grove, I need to pay attention to that card more often. Anyway.